about your business. Can you do the share screen, please?
Yes, sir. All right. Can you see my screen all right?
Can see it fine. Yep, everything's good.
All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time and being here today. Get started with a little bit of a personal story. Less than 2 years ago, I weighed about 500 pounds. I had struggled with obesity for 7 years, and it had turned morbid. I had high blood pressure, I had mobility troubles, and much more, and all of this at 22 years old. Because of obesity, I had to delay my education by a year. I had to leave my job, and I had spent many years, a lot of my time researching obesity. However, as a test, I ran myself through BestBeing's early recommendation engine, and I was matched with a weight loss service that in weeks had me started on my journey to weight loss. Whereas today I sit here 230 pounds lighter and counting. So again, my name is Fernando Parnes. I am the co-founder and CEO of BestBeing. And our goal at BestBeing really is to supercharge the wellness industry. The wellness industry, the wellness industry is currently facing a massive market problem. It's growing extremely fast, and it's growing too fast for current solutions to keep up. There are three major groups that are affected by this: wellness providers, such as therapists, coaches, yoga instructors, etc., individuals, and businesses. The number of wellness providers is growing, and the demand for their services is growing. However, due to the fragmentation of the wellness industry, most people are unaware that a lot of these services even exist. And due to the access to technical resources, providers can't engage with their customers or access their customers efficiently. This is evidently reflected in the general population. About 25% of individuals who are surveyed mentioned that they are unhappy with their wellness or they are unhappy in general. And this is obviously causing significant problems in personal lives and in workplaces around the world. Businesses are taking notice, and most employers in the US and an increasing number of employees abroad offer some kind of wellness benefit. But over 90% of these benefits are unused. This accounts for tens of billions of dollars that are wasted every year, and all because employees are not offered the services that they're really looking for. And you can see that this is a big problem because the opportunity is equally big. The wellness industry is sitting at $4.2 trillion and growing at a rate of 7% year over year. The wellness industry itself can be broken down into several sub-industries, which BestBeing has begun tackling, again, as we mentioned, through that workplace wellness industry, which itself is a nearly $50 billion industry. Our initial focus is on reducing the yearly cost of unutilized corporate benefits by matching individuals with the services that they like. And these unutilized corporate benefits cost US businesses $10 billion last year. And this is where BestBeing comes in. Our AI-backed wellness discovery and engagement platform allows individuals to better understand their goals and their needs and empowers them to improve their wellness. Everyone's needs and goals are different, as I illustrated in the beginning of this call, and finding the right solutions for you is really critical in the journey of self-improvement and the journey to better wellness. And now, in order for any of this to work, the providers who are helping these clients, we really need to be able to enable them to help as many clients as possible, which is why we equip them with BestBeing Direct, which is our suite of highly advanced but really easy to use SaaS tools, which we've designed specifically for the wellness industry. This is a overview of how the BestBeing system works. For individuals, our platform acts like a center for both wellness discovery and engagement. As a user engages with our platform and generates valuable data, we reward them with discounts, which they can use towards the wellness services that they're matched with. Businesses can utilize our platform by signing up for free. They'll receive free monthly wellness reports, and every employee attached to that business receives additional discounts just for that business having signed up. Providers engage with BestBeing Direct. This allows them to avoid the complications that today, as you can see, are inherent with running a wellness business, and allows them to engage with and acquire new customers extremely efficiently, equipping them with all the tools to really match and surpass their clients' expectations. Our development has been informed by surveying many businesses and individuals about their specific wellness needs, as well as over 200 hours of individual interviews with wellness providers. We've created a series of features that we know cater specifically to the needs of wellness providers and allows them to cater their services specifically to our customers. Our straightforward pricing model really makes it very easy for providers to join, and our powerful system, as I said, supercharges their business. A provider can join and sign up for free and then move up to one of our paid plans as their business on BestBeing grows. At the foundation of our technology lies the BestBeing recommendation API and wellness assessment formula. Our unique approach to AI-backed recommendations makes it simple to adapt any data stream and utilize it as part of our smart wellness recommendations. And our proprietary wellness formula utilizes our hybrid data collection pipeline to continuously assess users' wellness. So we track 7 wellness categories and hundreds of subcategories, and we can equip both providers and clients with in-depth analytics to supercharge their wellness journeys. So what exactly sets us apart from the others? Our first major differentiator is our focus on pioneering tech-based self-improvement. We are focused on using tech to improve oneself regardless of where you are in life, which is why we refrain from calling ourselves a platform for mental illness. It doesn't have to be about mental illness. You don't have to have a mental disorder or another issue to better yourself. We are the youngest company accepted into AWS Activate, which is Amazon's startup program. You would generally require institutional investment to be accepted. However, they did make an exception for us because Amazon recognized the uniqueness and depth of our powerful recommendation engine. We have a combined over 65 years of wellness, cognition, and clinical research experience on our team. And we've spent over 2,000 hours researching with experts to create the BestBeing wellness formula and our recommendation API. And lastly, we take a unique approach to wellness. We include any kind of service that has scientific backing and have an expert panel in order to validate those services. So we don't just have therapists, we have meditation guides, we have nutritionists, and really many other types of wellness services. After a year and a half of market research and product development, we've soft launched in December 2019 and have hit the ground running in 2020. We have begun turning the knobs and testing our revenue streams. And although we are just getting started, we've shown that these streams have tremendous potential and we are currently generating revenue. An endeavor of this size can really only be accomplished through a hardworking, dedicated, and experienced and amazing team. We have already mentioned our 65 plus years of wellness experience. We also have 20 years of combined experience in HR management and over 40 years of software and web development experience. Our diverse team has worked in companies like the Mayo Clinic, like Google, like Microsoft, Raytheon. We are the team that will make BestBeing a household name. Thank you very much for listening to our presentation today and for being here today. I really do hope you'll join BestBeing on our journey to change the wellness industry, and I look forward to your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fernando. Appreciate it very, very much. I have a question before the Q&As start coming in. My question to you is, you have a range of different kinds of wellness that you can integrate into the platform. Give me a rundown of some of the kinds of things. I like the science rigor part, so give me a sense of the kinds of I guess therapies that that are likely for people to find on the platform. Is it
Absolutely.
not just hypnotherapists, but what are give me a range of kinds of things.
Absolutely. Thank you for the question, Jim. We really see a very broad range. We can, recently we've had quite a tremendous amount of sports psychologists that joined our platform with a focus on team building for businesses. Art therapy is increasing in popularity. You mentioned hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy is, something that we are also seeing an increase in interest.
What about nutrition? Anything around that?
That's what I was going to mention next. So nutrition and physical wellness are probably the fastest growing in popularity Right now, there are several practitioners who have unique and extremely helpful offerings that they offer, group classes, group exercise classes, and they are struggling to put those up online. So we're partnering with them to help create that ecosystem for them as well. So it really does go from, all the way to from physical wellness to environmental wellness to intellectual and mental wellness, occupational wellness, and we have providers that fit all of those niches.
Okay, what is the motivation primarily for a company to take on BestBeing for their employees? What is the primary motivation?
So it is twofold. First, for the company, it is to give them a deeper understanding of how their employees, what is making their employees tick, and what they can do in order to increase their employees' happiness and wellness. The reason why they would be interested in doing that is because research has shown time again, and we can actually show you through our analytics that happier employees, as your employees' wellness improves, your employees become more productive, and most importantly, they become more loyal, turnover decreases, and your employee churn decreases.
Excellent. You talk a bit about your validation and vetting process for bringing on the wellness providers to the platform.
Absolutely. So we actually have a panel of right now 7 experts. It's led by Dr. Elena Wolfson, who sits in the board of the Mayo Clinic. She's voted top doctor of Arizona 2019, 2020, or 2018 and 2019, expected to be in 2020. And essentially, whenever we see a type of therapy we haven't seen before, we need to find at least 2 scientific publications of repute, which have at least 2 studies that validate that type of therapy in a clinical setting. Furthermore, we do speak individually with every provider that gets onboarded. A member of our team, most likely myself, will speak individually with those providers. Once the provider is onboarded, we also have a review system. If anyone here, and I'm sure everyone has used Uber, they might know that if an Uber driver gets a rating that's low enough, an investigation is started and their profile is put on hold. A similar thing happens in BestBeing. If we see that a provider is getting several negative ratings, we will explore and investigate why that is. If we find that there's any impropriety, that provider is taken offline. So we do have a pretty robust system in place in order to make sure that all is above board. Of course, these providers are businesses, so all of them will have registered businesses that they register with BestBeing as well. So we can validate that as well.
A little bit more about your business model. How do you sustain yourself? What is the traction and revenue portion of the platform?
Absolutely. So we start, it's tiered pricing model. It starts at no subscription cost and a 25% transaction fee. So it's transaction based. Whenever a transaction occurs in our platform, we can take a fee from that transaction. As a provider starts to see more transaction and they want to reduce that transaction fee, they can move on to one of our paid tiers, which is hybrid subscription and transaction fee with a much lowered transaction fee at that point. And just as a quick add-on, if anyone is wondering why anyone would stay on our platform, we do offer them access to technology that they otherwise wouldn't have. We streamline all the payment processing, make it all automatic, and give them access to analytics and AI, which is absolutely inaccessible today to the provider. So we do provide a lot of value to those providers.
If the client is a corporation, can they limit what therapies and services are available to their employees?
They can, insofar as we do have as a business sees more value on our platform, they can choose to set up benefits, reimbursement packages for their employees. They can limit to what services those apply to. However, your employees, full disclosure, your employees can use the platform as individuals, at which point they can use whatever service that they want as individuals. They're paying for it themselves, and they're the ones who control that.
Okay. Any other questions for Fernando? Please use the Q&A button at the bottom to ask a question. Got another question here. Which technology makes you different in order to keep the customers, in order to retain your customers?
Oh, that's a great question. So it is a combination of technologies. We are partnering with a company called ShareTribe in order to build our marketplace technology. They do give us, using some of our own custom build, it does give us the ability to give completely flexible payments to our customers, automatic scheduling that's linked to their calendars. Our payment system is more flexible than essentially any of our competitors at this time. We also provide them with, we provide them with insurance. We provide them with the ability to, we provide clients with the ability to pay safely, and a host of other quality of life features. The most important differentiator is our AI and analytics framework, which we've built specifically for the wellness industry. We can keep a track of your customer and how they're interacting with your business, how they are improving from utilizing your service, and what is lacking in order for you as a provider to be able to engage with and interact with that customer optimally and much more efficiently. Of course, without our platform, providers simply don't have access to a framework like this at this time. And we did build this entirely in-house. It's entirely custom and actually takes an entirely unique approach towards AI-backed recommendations, which I would be happy to go in depth with anyone at any later time. I don't want to keep you guys here for an hour explaining all of the nitty-gritty details of our AI, but that is how we differentiate ourselves.
And Fernando, what are you currently in a fundraising mode? Are you currently entertaining larger kind of corporate customers? Give me a rundown of those.
Absolutely. So, because of the increased interest in our platform since the beginning of this entire situation, we have decided to press through with our fundraising. Just for any investors out there, we do have a pretty large runway, about 12 months right now, from our pre-seed, which we had previously raised 500K. So we are fundraising for the objective of growth. Because of the increased interest, we would like to be able to meet that increased interest head on. We are looking for for customers and clients who want to try out our platform, especially bigger corporate clients who want a better understanding of their employees' wellness, how this crisis is affecting their employee from a holistic perspective on wellness, and we can certainly work with them to answer those questions and give their employees increased access to improved wellness.
Is there a possibility to repackage your data and sell it somewhere else?
There absolutely is. Of course, one thing that wasn't asked, our system out of the box is HIPAA, PIPEDA, and high trust. HIPAA compliant, PIPEDA compliant, and high trust. So we fully encrypt all the information and give access to that, to that security to our providers. But we are able to anonymize data and repackage it, sell it to insurance companies, sell it to, that is a conversation that we're already having. As a matter of fact, some of you might have noticed that we do include the insurance in our overall system because insurance companies have reached out to us, interested in looking at our data for risk management purposes.
Now, do you fully repackage that? Is that fully analyzed data, or is it just a raw package?
It is fully analyzed. It depends on the needs of the company, of course, but it is fully analyzed data. That's exactly what our pipeline was built for. And as a matter of fact, that's that fully analyzed data is what we give to the provider as well in a sense in terms of value. But we absolutely are able to anonymize with fully analyzed data and provide that to other parties. Yes.
All right, terrific. We have time for a few more questions, unfortunately, and we could also, if there's any other questions for Victor as well. Unfortunately, our third presenter couldn't make it today. They are actually a nurse, so I suspect that she has